Hello, I'm reviewing Blade 2. I give Blade 2 a 8 out of 10. So in Blade 2, for the power of bullshit writing, it brings the character Whistler back in Blade 2. That got killed off in Blade 1 and retcons the events and kind of retcons the events of Blade 1. With bullshit writing. And we get the movie's makes little sense when it comes to story. It's very vague on storytelling. The story's window dressing, basically. The main thing what this movie really focuses on is the CGI action with Blade and the bad CGI fights that look like dated, look a little dated compared. I just think the CGI is not as. Yeah, doesn't look as. And there's a lot of CGI fights in this movie, and lots of some actual. Lots of CGI, lots of vampire killing this movie, and this movie has somehow the worse, dumber story than worse story than the first one, but it has for the final villain that Blade faces in the movie, that he fights to the death. The many villains he fights in this movie. I guess the villains are more up to Blade. I guess the villains are better this time, at least. The villains are better. I just don't know why they brought Whistler back. And I don't know what happened to the girl in the, I don't know what happened to the, girl that was, working with Blade at the end of Blade 1. What happened to her character? I don't know. Not explained. It's almost like the events of Blade 1 never happened. But Whistler's back. They bring Whistler back and explain why he's not dead and alive, and I guess it makes sense as much as everything else in this movie makes sense. With some retconning and bringing back Whistler from the dead by retconning the events of Blade 1. Yeah, so why, I don't know. Blade 2, I give this a 8 out of 10. It's basically, it does feel, in some way, it just, I don't know, I wasn't a big fan of the CGI fights, with what they did with the, I guess the CGI fights could have been better. Or it could have been more fighting in this one, or more killing, or, I don't know, it's just, maybe I just didn't understand why they brought back Whistler in this movie. But I don't hate this movie, I just didn't understand why did they bring back Whistler, and, why the rest of the movie barely acts like the events of Blade 2 even happen. This confuses me. But they brought back Whistler back, okay? I give Blade 2 a 8 out of 10. Because to me, it makes about as much sense as the third Blade movie, Blade Trinity. I think. Blade 2 is as good as Blade Trinity. To me, it's a bit of a letdown, Blade 2, compared to the first one. Anyway, Blade 2 is like Blade Trinity. It's not a bad movie, it's just not really as good as the first. It's not really bad, it's just not really good like as good as the first one. The first Blade movie, you know? That's my review on Blade 2. On why I give it an 8 out of 10. Okay. And, that's my review on Blade 2. And I give it 8 out of 10. And, hit the subscribe button. And hit the like on my video to like my video. And like my old videos when you check them out, I hope. And hit the like button on those videos when you check them out, my old videos. My older videos. And, please subscribe to my content. That's my review on Blade 2. I enjoy the movie enough to give it an 8 out of 10. Blade 2. It's okay of a movie. So that's my thoughts on Blade 2 from, I forget what year this came out, 2002 I think. I'll put the right year in my title of my video, okay? When I title the video. Okay, goodbye.